Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. With WWE 2K19 just around the corner, I decided to make a little video, to voice my opinion and my frustrations with the series over the past couple of years and to say what I would like to see come back in a future game, hopefully in 2K19, even though it's very doubtful because 2K doesn't care about WWE games. So the first thing I would like to see come back is GM mode. GM mode was my favorite mode in SmackDown vs. Raw 06 and SmackDown vs. Raw 07. And in 08, not so much, but they took it out after that and they gave us universe mode, and it was just not as good as GM mode, because the good thing about GM mode was you could play it 2 players. So it was like competing against each other to try to see who could make the better show. And recently on Up Up Down Down on Xavier Woods' channel, he has been playing it with Tyler Breeze, and they are just bringing back those memories. And I was like, wow, if only we could do that in the newer games, because that was a lot of fun back in the days. And hopefully we can get GM mode back in a future installment, because this universe mode is not as good as GM mode, in my opinion. I am looking forward to the updated roster, at least updated until WrestleMania, because that's usually the cutoff point. I'm looking forward to mostly the NXT roster. I'm looking forward to seeing Undisputed Era and Velveteen Dream and all these guys that are on the roster that were not in the game last year. And, hopefully they can take out all these extra players that nobody wants to play with. Like, I understand that at different points of the story, you have different characters, and the same person can have 2 different characters. But when it comes to the game, there's no reason for them to have 3 Triple H's in the game. There's no reason to have 2 Chris Jerichos, 2 Bret Harts, 2 Shawn Michaels. Especially, like, there's a Shawn Michaels 97 and a Shawn Michaels 98. Did he really change that much in that 1 year? Like, I don't think he changed that much from 97 to 98. And then you have Triple H, the current Triple H. Then you have Triple H from 2001 when he came back from the injury. And then you have Triple H from 97 when he was the DX Triple H. I can understand why they did that, because his style has evolved, but in reality, people don't really care about that. If you just made it different alternate attires, I would have been fine with it, because it gives you 2 extra slots to put other people on the roster. Other people that when you're doing your universe mode, you can put into a roster, because I was trying to do an updated universe mode yesterday when I started recording the other video that I have on the channel, and I didn't even have enough cruiserweights to put in 205 Live. And I was like, okay, so I have all these people that I'm not gonna play with, like all the legends. There's a bunch of legends in the game. There's like 5 different versions of Sting, and I can understand that there was hype about Sting because this was technically the second game that he was in, even though it was the first game that he was in, like, officially, that they had time to work on him. But, it was still not needed. You don't need 5 different versions of Sting. They could have been alternate attires. You could have had 2 Stings, the Surfer Sting and the Crow Sting, and then just had 2 different attires. And that's it. You could change the colors on them, give them alternate attires, and you don't have to make a separate Sting for every major point in his career. You can use the same character like they did with Finn Balor in Universe Mode. Finn Balor in Universe Mode has a separate attire for the Demon. So he can be regular Finn Balor, and then if you pick the alternate attire of the Demon, he can be the Demon. Even though they put the Demon in the game anyways, I don't understand why they did that if they already had the 2 separate attires. Well, I guess it's because you can only use it in universe mode. But still, if you have those 2 different attires, for that one character. It doesn't have to just be universe mode. You can do that for the whole game. Just give them the 2 separate attires on that one character, and then you have a spot for a different person. So that's one thing that I don't like about WWE right now. Another thing I didn't like about 2K18 was too many glitches in the game. Like, I was doing a champion versus champion match that you can see in the previous video that I uploaded. AJ Styles was the WWE champion. Brock Lesnar was the Universal champion. I created my own WWE and Universal titles because the Universal title is super ugly with the red strap. So I made the Universal title look like what the WWE title looks like now. You know, with the red swish and all the red diamonds and the 2 red logos on the sides. That's my Universal title. And I just changed the faceplate to be the Universal one instead of the World Heavyweight. Then the WWE title on SmackDown, I made it blue because SmackDown is the blue brand. So I gave it a blue swish. I put all the diamonds blue. The 2 WWE logos on the side plates, I made them blue. And yeah, that's my WWE title. And so I made a title versus title. And AJ Styles comes out with his blue title. Brock Lesnar comes out with his red title. And when they're doing the intros, when the champions have to give their belts to the referee, AJ Styles doesn't have a belt. He hands him air, basically. You can see it in the video that I posted before. All he did was give him air. Brock Lesnar had the WWE title on his shoulder instead of the Universal title. He hands the referee the WWE title, and the referee holds it up, and he holds up air on the other side because AJ never gave him a belt. And then at the end of the game, AJ wins the match, and he gets handed both titles. So you can see both the Universal and the WWE title. But when the referee gets handed the belts at the beginning of the match, it's just one belt. The first character doesn't have a belt. And I guess that's only with two custom belts. I don't think that it happens if you have 2 regular belts that are already in the game. But that's something that shouldn't happen in a WWE game, especially almost a year later when the next game is about to come out. They should have patched that a long time ago. Something else that I noticed was when you download community creations, sometimes all the parts that the person used to create the character doesn't come over with the character when you download them. For example, I downloaded the Undisputed Era because I saw somebody that created a better Fish, O'Reilly, and Cole than mine. So I download them, and when I go to use them, I see that the logos on their shirts and the logos on their tights didn't carry over. And I downloaded technically their logos, but when I go into my images, their logos aren't there, it's just blank. And obviously this was very frustrating for me since they only let you download 20 things from the community creations. And if I just downloaded Adam Cole and the logos didn't carry over, I had to delete them and then look for another Adam Cole to try to download. And you know, before you know it, I spent all 20 downloads on Adam Cole and didn't get Adam Cole. So that's very frustrating. If you're gonna limit the amount of times that you can download in a day, make sure that it works. Make sure that when you download something, it all works. Not, oh, well, you just downloaded this, but it didn't work, and you wasted all 20 of your downloads, so you're out of luck. That doesn't make any sense. Another thing that I didn't like about the game, that I haven't been liking about the game more and more every year, is how complex they try to make the game. They give you too many taunts, they give you too many moves. You know, back in the day, it was 4 taunts. 1 up, 1 down, 1 left, 1 right. That's it. Go back to that. Give everybody a choice of 4 different taunts. I was creating a character, and it took me the whole day to create a character because I was choosing every single thing that the person had to do, and it was just way too much stuff to do. Just simplify it. You know, sometimes more is not better. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes you don't want to spend your whole day creating a character. You just want to give them a couple moves, bang, 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 that's it. Let's get to playing. Well, thank you guys for watching my video. That was the end of my rant. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What would you guys like to see come back? Would you like to see get improved? What features would you like to see added in the newer games? And hopefully 2K will listen and better the game for everyone.